Hannah Horne, Vice President of Public Policy and Programs for the Hilton-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, is joining us. Hannah, a lot of changes over this last week with the U.S. House passing the COVID stimulus bill. Now it's in the Senate, going to take a couple of weeks to get through there. But the general idea, no matter what comes out, it's going to be different for residents of the island, especially those with really small businesses.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
And Bob, keep in mind, this is the next wave of stimulus. Yeah. We're still dealing with changes in applications from the one that passed back in December, late December. So let me talk about the one that exists right now, the PPP loan. There were some changes, though, that have been made to that. So as we watch another bill move through, hang tight on that, but let's talk about what we know right now, okay? And that is that the PPP loan, as you know, is if you took it, if you made application for that back in the summer, spring, fall, you can apply for a second draw on that or even your first draw. But there is a specific new rule change that affects those businesses that are 20 and fewer employees, or if you are an independent contractor, a sole proprietor, or self-employed. Listen up to this, Bob. It's really quite a unique change, and that is that they're going to calculate the PPP loan now based on your gross income. So they're going to take line 7, and forgive me if I get a little inside baseball here, they're going to take line 7 of your Schedule C instead of line 31, which is your net. So calculating that on your gross is really going to make a lot of positive changes for our smallest of businesses. Again, those independent contractors, the ones that just weren't eligible for the most that they possibly could to help. Also, some changes to PPP. Access has now been granted to those business owners that had a previous non-financial felony conviction, as well as if you had defaulted on student loans. There were some intricacies in the law there, but they've opened it up to more people. There's another couple I can run down as well that are also from that previous stimulus bill, that second one that we've seen. The EIDL grants, remember those, the up to $10,000? They are back and expanded out specifically to, these are $10,000 grants. And if your business is located within a certain census tract that identifies you in a low income area, that grant's almost 100% assured to you. You can go online, call me at the chamber, I'll give you the link to it, but you can go online, search for the EIDL grant, and you can actually type in your address and see if you're going to be on Hilton Head. There are lots in Bluffton, Jasper County. On Hilton Head, those census tracts are located up near Hudson's and up in Ward 1, up of Squire Pope, and there at the traffic circle, as well as up near the airport. So if you have a business in those areas, check to see if you could be eligible for one of those EIDL grants. Another one I want to mention is the shuttered venue grants. You know, this is $15 billion set aside for stages, theaters, festival organizers. And that is going to be rolled out here. They're still putting the program, the bones of it together. It's going to be rolled out probably here in the next 3 to 4 weeks. They're going to phase it in. Basically, if you are a business, a festival, a theater that lost the most, you can apply first. So how awesome is that? They're going to, if 95% of your income was lost, well, you're going to get in on the first wave. Make sure you get the most you can. It's going to be 45% eligible, up to 45% of your gross gross income as based on what you lost, and then up to $10 million. But I want to mention, this is very important, shuttered venue operators. You must sign up through the SBA on their system for award management now. Don't wait. System for Award Management. So that's the shuttered venue grant call to action there. Bob, I'm sorry, I know I'm throwing all of this at you, but all of this really truly just happened here in the last couple of weeks, and I just want to make sure that our smallest of businesses are getting this information.
That's fantastic. We've talked a little bit earlier in the headlines about a couple of changes that the governor has made. We can now serve drinks after 11 o'clock, and we now don't have to have written permission from the state to have folks over 250 people show up.
Yeah, and depending on where you are, what state that you're in, these laws are being ordinances are being given by their governor. So, North Carolina, very different. They are starting to come a little bit off of their requirements as well, but not at all like South Carolina. So if you do plan on planning an event or going somewhere on vacation, this is speaking to my residents here, just make sure that you know what is going to happen there in that particular state.
Yeah, that's another good point. A lot of folks coming here are going to have to learn our rules. If we go anywhere this spring, we're going to pay.
These are not national rules. It's state by state, on vaccine vaccines as well as the ordinances. Let me also mention, having passed the House, there's a restaurant bill, a stimulus bill for restaurants and bars that, again, I know that I'm going to launch an aggressive campaign for our U.S. senators to make sure that Senator Scott and Senator Graham know how important that it is. But basically, it's $25 billion set aside to be able to help our restaurants and our bars, which, as you know, they're starting to ramp back up. But boy, they've really been hurt, and they need staffing. They need probably some capital improvements. Let's get them back where they were this time last year.
All right. Thank you so much, Hannah. Hannah Horne of the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce.